Welcome to the Mot Krid Show.
It's time to live hard. It's time to live
Welcome to the Mot Krid Show. I'm your host, Thomas Gallmeyer. For the past years, I've been working as an electronica music artist as well as songwriting for other bands and singers, remixing, engineering, and producing music. Now, what not many of you may know is that my main instrument and single source of income for many years was drumming. I first discovered my passion for music when I found my parents' Beatles records. And I instantly fell in love with melodies and beats that have captivated my spirit to this day. So when I started my first band with my best friend Dirk, who already played guitar, we decided that if I learned how to play the drums, we could immediately start playing music and sound like a full band. So I began taking drum lessons, and I was always interested in creating original music. My band quickly became known around town, and I began playing for other bands as well, earning money for gigs and sessions. I was getting tired of the rainy, dreary weather, and so decided to move to LA to study at Musicians Institute, and after graduating, started working as a freelance drummer here in LA. During that time, I had the pleasure of working with many diverse, eclectic, and mainstream artists and producers, plus playing all over Europe, the US, and the UK. When I write and produce music now, I use that drumming experience to program and record drums and instruments in the studio, and I still do some live shows occasionally as a musical director for different bands, which gives me the opportunity to play live drums on stage again. And it's still the greatest sensation of all to be on stage playing music to a live audience, experiencing that adrenaline rush, losing yourself in a state of trance. To be kidding me! You put your dog poop in a plastic bag and then leave the bag behind? What the fuck? Now this is the proper way to discard of your dog's shit.
But it feels so good, and I know it's not a mistake.
Welcome to the Mot Krid Show. We are on our way back from the LA Women's March 2018. I'm here with my wife Natalie. It was absolutely heartwarming for me to see all these young women and young men.
Come on, put your hands in the air.
Everybody showing up. We haven't given up.
Put your hands in the air, people everywhere.
But there's still a movement of people resisting and standing up for their rights, for civil rights, for equality, for unity. On this first anniversary of the Trump inauguration, it's quite fitting actually that our government 12 hours ago shut down. But what else would you have expected from a dim-witted racist puppet installed by Russia who has absolutely no qualifications to be president, to be sitting in the White House? It was so fantastic to be amongst kindred spirits, feel the energy, feel the positive vibes, feel the optimism despite the catastrophe that we're facing right now. And I'm happy. It's been a great day, the sun is shining. Don't ever give up and live harder.
Come on, put your hands in the air, people everywhere.
Welcome to this week's Mot Krid Weekly Top 10. I just wanted to talk about tempos a little bit. I just want to play the songs that I feel like playing. I don't shy away from drastic tempo changes. One way of doing that is creating a transition, and at the end of the transition just do a hard tempo change. So let's check it out.
You got to pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. You got to, you got to. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. No one can make me go.
So what we did here is we went from 82 beats per minute right straight into 129, and it seemed to just have worked. Now there are a couple of other ways you can gradually step up the tempo so the listener or the audience doesn't feel like there's a change. So let's get started with our weekly top 10. We have Disclosure and Magnets featuring Lord, the S.G. Lewis remix. Followed by Lane 8, Little Voices, Oliver Smith Takes Us Inside, and David Guetta and Afrojack give us that Dirty Sexy Money featuring Charlie XCX and French Montana. Next up then, Matoma's Slow featuring Noah Cyrus, and that's the CID remix. And then we slow down the pace with Chalu's You and Me. Nobody Like You, that's Cascade with the Low Key remix. And Griffin and Illenium featuring Daya always make us feel good. And we finally close this week's weekly top 10 with our song Anonymous, the Gordon John remix. Now head on over to SoundCloud, turn up the volume, listen to the set and let us know what you think, what your favorite song was, and come back next week for an all-new Mot Krid's Weekly Top 10.